Hello and welcome. And today I want to talk about Umamusume Pretty Derby Season 2, Episode 2. You know, words cannot express how I feel about this episode. I mean, this episode that makes you feel like makes you want to cry. It makes you want to you want to cry but you can't. It has that freaking vibe, where you're there for that character. You're there for her, or him or her, but you're just there for that character. And the first episode of it, it gave us the hype, seeing a new girl becoming a Triple Crown winner, and seeing her. And we get to see more in depth her. And at the end of the episode, they gave us foreshadowing to a point where we're gonna know about her leg. And we had so many questions from that last week. There were so many questions. We're like, okay, is she gonna retire? Is she gonna get back on her feet to race again? There were so many questions. And in this episode, they gave us the answers we wanted. And it's so sad to see this episode going through, moving forward, because that's what this episode's about. Like, it had some funny moments, and I'm gonna get to that. But this episode is clearly about Teio, whatever, and her rehabilitation with her leg. So without further ado, here's my review of this episode. So right off the gate in this episode, we found out that she has a broken leg, and she'll be out for next year. But she wants to race for this next competition that's coming up in 6 months. This is coming up in 6 months. So everybody's thinking, I understand Taylor's reaction. She wants to race. She wants to race with people like her friend / rival McQueen. She wants to become the Triple Crown winner. But the thing is, when the doctor says you have a broken leg, or a broken arm or whatever, listen to the doctors. I understand that Teyo wants to become the best racer she can be, the best horse girl she can, becoming a Triple Crown winner. I take nothing that away from her. But if the doctor says you have a broken leg or a broken arm, you listen or follow the doctor's rules. Okay, that's that. Now, the opening. The opening was really good. It was really good. They show new characters that we're going to face for a long time. It's really good. It's really good. And yeah, it had some funny moments in this episode where we got one of the horse girls gave her the dumbbells, and she said, "How heavy the dumbbells you lift?" Coincidence? I think not. Because how the hell she gave you these dumbbells to get you back from rehab, to get you up and going, and then she gives you these dumbbells and say, "How heavy the dumbbells you lift?" That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny you brought that up, because there was an anime show called How Heavy the Dumbbells You Lift. And that was a good show, seeing all the girls working out with but that's in a different topic later. But again, it has some funny moments, our main horse girl was afraid of needles. I used to be afraid of needles back then. Back when I was a kid, I was afraid of needles because I was afraid to see how that pointy little sharp needle just right into the arm. So I can see why her reaction is really funny in this episode when it comes to needles. She's terrified of needles. But let's get back to the root of all things in this episode. This was an emotional, heartwarming / heartbreaking episode. Teyo is out for 6 months. And she's training so hard to get back on her feet again. To go back racing into the tracks. Now, and it's not just her that's pushing herself to train. McQueen is helping her. Special Week and the others, even Sana Suzuka from America is giving her advice on how to train. Even Ghost Ship has some advice, and the trainer, you gotta give the trainer credit where credit is due. You gotta give the trainer credit. He is training the trainer's son, but I call him trainer's son because we don't know about his name. The trainer's son is training his ass off just to get Teio back on the feet again. I mean, he read books after books, drinking 5-hour energy after 5-hour energy, like so many 5-hour energy bottles to find ways to get her back on her feet. And then we see Teio's rehabilitation training. And that's what I like about this episode. We get to see the obstacles and the trials, and the people around her are supporting her as she moving forward to run again. Sure, her cast was off, her leg cast was off, and she's running as fast, but she's trying to, get back on it. So I give her props for that. But this is where the sadness comes in, and it's kind of hit me. It really hit me in this episode. Like, forget all the funny moments. This had everything in this episode's tale. Like, this episode had everything. Training and training and training. And then, when that month came in and you're supposed to race in that competition, the doctor said, no go. And that kind of hit me. After all that training, help from your team, and the help from your trainer, you did all that, which I'm proud of you. She deserved it. She deserved it. People won't say, it's like, I like one of those animes where it's like, you know how they say you're out for a year, but you come back 6 months? That's determination. That's respect. That's hard working. I like those redemption people when they said that when doctors tell the characters, oh, you're going to be out for a year, but then you come back 6, then you come back but half a year. So it's like, that right there is the motivation that we all need to see from her, and that we should learn and see from her, and that's what we got from it. So props for that. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna put the description of all this on the video. But like I said, so as the competition, so she sat there with the audience, and the audience also praised her as well. So like, get back on your feet. We know you do well. We'd love to see you race again. That motivated her. That gave her the drive to race again. Everybody wants to see her racing, and I do too. So now her and the trainer are at the audience at the race course watching them racing, and with her image thing, with her image ability, her image training, she's seeing herself in that competition, seeing how she will race. Now, as she watches them race, she started crying, and I don't blame her crying. I mean, she wished she was there. I don't blame her. I mean, I really don't. But like I said, for a heartwarming episode like this was one of those times that we get to see it like this. And as the other horse girls was racing, you see them cheering not only Teio to get better, but they also saying stuff like, I will prove to you I'm better than you. I want to race with Teio. Everybody, these horse girls, as they were racing, they were telling Teio, get better soon. I want to race against you. I'm better. It's like that race got her motivation right back on track to telling her that we hope to see you again and we'll race against you real soon. And that motivated her to like, I'm going to train. I'm going to keep training until my legs gets better, and I'll be better than nothing. I will do whatever I can to get better and race against the likes of McQueen and the others. So that's what I like. But like I said, this episode, like the whole plot of all this is just Teio getting back on her feet again and then race down the competition, that redemption story. It's that redemption thing, kind of like how Rocky is. You know how Rocky does that redemption thing? So you're looking at Teio from this perspective, you're like, this is the redemption we're looking at. So yeah. But overall, this was a heartwarming episode. A heartbreaking / heartwarming episode. Everybody is pulling out all the stops. Everybody is training her to get back on her feet. And with the right people, with the right fans, she will get back on her feet once again and race like nothing we ever seen before. I know this video kind of ended, but that's how it is. It was a heartwarming episode. But it gets better. You know what I mean? We will see her get better. Like I said, for every passing episode. So I look forward for next week's episode of Umamusume Pretty Derby. And this is going to be the Rocky story. I'm going to call it the Rocky story because Teio will get better soon. So it's kind of like how the Rocky story in terms of redemption. So we'll see how this works. So I look forward for next week's episode of season 2, Umamusume Derby season 2, and I hope you will.